We are now loaded in. Need to hit that E button so I've got everyone because I accidentally hit a button. We are now loaded into the Haunted Mines. On the left hand side we have... Who is it? Who is it? It is... Overlegends. We have Trollocs, Ushralisk, Kimbad, Taidu, and White Widow.
I'm glad you had to do that, team, because Oshralisk is a bit difficult. But yeah, on the right-hand side, in the red trunks, it is Invisible Threat Gaming Dauntless. And playing the Rhaegar, we have DeZero19. Playing the Diablo, we have Joarmidis. We have Terrorizer on the Gazlo. Dominic is on the Tychus. And Deathwatch is on the Illidan.
Yes, they certainly are, and we're going to see the standard 4-lane matchup here as I get those team names sorted out. As this, actually going to see a 2-man defense here coming in at the bottom in the form of Reyna and Uther. It's going to be an interesting one as how they defend this one. These two heroes don't exactly have the best wave clear here.
No, but the fact they are running 2 heroes down here to begin with is quite important. It just goes to show how confident they are in the pushing, and there is first blood going down for okay, I'm gonna have to keep the team names open. Overlegends, yes. I'm gonna have to keep the team names open. This is a bit silly.
But White Widow doing what he does best on this Sylvanas. Nullifying those towers.
Yes, we talked about exactly this problem earlier. Gazlo, yes, he has good pushing. He's a pretty good defense and area holder, thanks to those turrets, thanks to those bombs, which are great wave clear. But once again, we did mention he's made out of paper mache, and this is why he went down as the first blood. White Widow taking quite a bit of harassment here. Gazlo getting a couple of turrets down, throwing down some bombs. Trollocs already backing out. White Widow getting caught in that. That's risky laser. He's so low, but White Widow able to back out, and Terrorizer very nearly getting a pick for his team there.
Yeah, that would have evened the XP out, and all 3 of these members in the top lane for Overlegends have had to tap the fountain. So they're going to be relying on that regen when the mines do open up. They're rotating down towards this bot lane. And we still have the 4 members here. Taidu is going to be the first one to check the brush here. He's going to get flipped over by the Diablo as we're seeing a 3-man grasp coming out from the Kerrigan. That's Rhaegar down. Aggression now onto White Widow. Diablo does escape into the mines. But he's now getting chased by the Kerrigan. Diablo has been able to mount up, and he will go to safety. That's a 1-for-0 trade in favour of Overlegends, and they're going to grab a lot of the skulls here as well.
Yeah, they got a nice CC train going there with Trollocs leading the charge with that power side, getting 3 members. Kerrigan with the Primal Grass to follow up along with the Face Melt. Really nice play by them. Having a look at some of the builds while the teams do collect skulls mostly going in favour of Overlegends for now. Well, we have a quick look. We're seeing Gazlo is going for the extra TMT, so just giving his team some team fight potential. He is, however, being closed in on. He has 2 turrets down, but once again, he's not made of strong stuff. He gets burst down. Turrets do a bit of damage to Taidu, but overall, we're seeing a nice kill there for Overlegends without losing too much.
Yep, and they're happy with their 46 skulls. They're going to back out of this one. And
they seem to be. They're going to grab some mercenary camps by the looks of it. Just not even going to bother getting the 50+. They don't want to fight over that boss despite having the man advantage. Gazlo coming back in. They were a bit low on health though, so it is not too bad. Other talents, we're seeing Kerrigan go with the sharpened blades, which means that her impaling blades talent does 20% more damage. Not the usual talent we'd be seeing on this level. Sylvanas, also not the usual talent, going with barbed shot. Withering fire deals 200 damage to minions and mercenaries.
It's all about that wave clear there for the Sylvanas, and Kerrigan confident in her abilities with hitting those grasps and the stun, of course, the harder one of the 2 skill shots to land, as we've seen her soak in some XP down in this bot lane. Sylvanas, though, getting engaged upon in the top lane by Diablo, dodging out the Gazlo bomb, and is going to escape that one.
Second turret, the exact talent I was talking about, Clockwork Steam Fists. Tick attack, increase the duration of active turrets by 1 second. So he can, in theory, just stick turrets in each lane and
just auto-attack.
Just go deal with stuff. And yeah, just go to another lane and just auto-attack stuff.
Yeah, one in each lane, and then just go and auto-attack your siege camp.
Yeah, and a very nostalgic build coming out of Tychus. Full overkill. Yeah. Nothing but overkill.
the classic QQ build, but we see a shadow charge, sorry, on to the Reyna there, the hero with no escape. Kerrigan now going in, does get the grasp on to Tychus. He's going to fall as they now turn onto this Diablo. And then they turn onto the bigger threat in this lane, which is the Grave Golem, which has taken a substantial amount of damage already. 4 players down here defending. Reyna getting snared up there. Could potentially have got engaged upon if they had another hero down here. But in the top lane, Sylvanas helping out her Grave Golem immensely. They've already got 2 towers up here. The gate as well, as now they move on to the fountain and the fort.
Yeah, but interesting start here from Reyna. He's getting engaged upon here, but gets a heal. His adrenaline rush has not actually activated yet. He has taken the talent at level 1, the Give Me More talent. That means he gets 50% extra healing from that. Trollocs gets engaged upon, but he's ETC. He's going to be able to just walk away from that. And Reyna also going with the Vampiric Assault talent. So just giving himself huge amounts of sustain in this game.
Yep, wanting to stay alive as much as possible. Usually you see, and Reyna's another hero where you see a QQQ build come out from him. Basing his abilities on that penetrating round. But this time, not going for it, he's going for the sustained build. We actually see the hamstring shot at level 7 there. Penetrating round, enemies hit, get their movement speed slowed by 20 as we're going to see Deathwatch. He has a Death Wish.
Deathwatch is counting down. He's trying to get out. His evasion really helped him out in that engage there, but there's 2 people with stuns here. If either one of them comes off cooldown, there's the hammer. And Deathwatch still is fleeing here. He goes on to Kerrigan, not the best escape path, but the Primal Grasp doesn't pull him into any kind of stun or follow-up. So they're going to have to back up here. We're seeing Trollocs get engaged upon by Diablo here, but very little that they can do here.
This has been a very extended fight so far, and I really expected Illidan to fall there, but it just shows how slippery of a hero he is. As this 1 tower here should be about to fall in this top lane here, just get hit by anything. There it is. Reyna's penetrating round is enough to take that one down, as the mine should be opening very shortly again.
Indeed. Having a look at some of the other talents, Rhaegar with an interesting level 4 talent, the Reactive Spark. Lightning Shield's duration does not start until an enemy is nearby, which is actually pretty nice because it allows him to pre-cast it on quite a few of his teammates for when they do decide to engage, and the fact that it does still give the shield as well is not too bad. Gazlo going for the split up rocket turret, that is pretty standard. Diablo though, not taking the reduced soul count to respawn, is instead just going full tank. And on this particular map, that is an interesting decision.
Yeah, certainly is. I mean, he hasn't died yet.
Yeah, he's stacking up slowly.
Yeah, his souls are certainly stacking up as the mines are opening in 10 seconds. But going back to this Rhaegar shield kind of build, I'm going to sound so out of place here, but back when Illidan Rhaegar first kind of came into the meta back in December time, the team I was on kind of theory crafted a potential Rhaegar build, because you get the talent where the first 3 attacks when you lightning shield someone, they get 150% increased attack damage or something. And in theory that is brilliant on Illidan, but in practice maybe not so, as this fight is breaking out here into the mines. We have Gazlo getting double in Venom there by Sylvanas and Kerrigan. That's enough to take him down. Tychus trying to do some damage in the top there, but it's going to be Rhaegar to fall next. Taidu taking a lot of damage, uses his Divine Shield on himself. That's Illidan down as well. Diablo is next. Wailing Arrow being used on Tychus, so he can't really dash out of that one. And we almost had Sylvanas going down there to the Gazlo tower.
Despite Gazlo being dead, his turrets did some work, but it wasn't enough to pick off anyone, and we see Overlegends taking a pretty convincing lead here as they are getting most of the skulls now that they picked off 3 members of Invisible Threat Gaming. So heroics have happened on the side of Overlegends. We saw a couple of them in that fight, the Divine Shield coming out from Uther. Hyperion is from Reyna. The stage dive is coming in from ETC, so we don't have to worry about that mosh pit. Wailing Arrow that we saw, and the Maelstrom, which we also saw. And finally, heroics for the side of Invisible Threat. We have Metamorphosis, Gravo Bomb 3000 for the Gazlo, Lightning Breath for Diablo, which is interesting considering they have a really nice wombo potentially, but have ignored it. Ancestral Healing for Rhaegar for that Illidan, and the Drakon Laser Drill coming in for Tychus.
Yeah, well, you could, to be fair, argue that Lightning Breath also works very well with the Gravo Bomb. If they do land those stuns with the explosions as well, the exploding bombs, then they could get a lot of damage down in a very short space, and combine that with the damage coming out from a Metamorphosis as well. It'll give Illidan so much sustain. They've gone for damage here over CC.
Why the laser?
Why the laser?
Because if they've got that huge wombo set up,
yeah,
surely the W and the Q from Tychus are incredible for that wombo. But they're going for the single target laser damage. That Hyperion doing work, they're engaging in here. We're going to see the Kerrigan Divine Shielded. She got overpowered, but she's continuing to give chase. Bomb has gone down from Gazzo, trying to get the wombo off, but it only hits Diablo, who just tanks it. He finally goes down, though, after dealing some damage. Deathwatch trying to do what he can as well, but he's completely alone now. Dives over the boss for freedom, and we do see a bomb going down from Terrorizer is not going to be enough. There's the laser, just right next to the wall. Is going to be killed off so quickly. There's the overpower from Diablo that separates out Trollocs. Kerrigan jumps over the wall as well. ETC dives back over using stage dive and escapes, very nearly killed by a Gazlo turret last second. Kerrigan not so lucky though, she goes down. And this laser drill really helping them pick off the boss quickly.
Yeah, and it also did a little bit of damage there in the team fight, but not enough onto ETC there. Really nice play from him, escaping using that stage dive. As we can see Uther back away from this. This boss is going to tickle the keep a little bit, but it's not enough to get a significant amount of damage down.
No mules in this game at all. Both teams neglecting it completely, so just going for, I'd like to say regular builds, but I'd be lying.
So we also have the Illidan here down in this bot lane. 13 talents are here. Shrink Ray on Uther. Giant Killer going for this more auto-attack based Rainer again here with the sustain. ETC, classic Uber Rockstar. Overwhelm and Affliction. Get a stack in slow there. Coming off of Sylvanas, a little bit extra CC.
Very cool.
And Double Strike. When your basic abilities damage an enemy, your next basic attack hits for 50% more there on the Kerrigan.
Yeah, which is not bad. Great for engaging with Ravage, so could be pretty cool. Deathwatch hanging out here, but he's going to back up now that this minion wave's a bit pushed up. Does not want to get engaged upon, but it might happen anyway. But the Shadow Dagger does let them know what is up, and Deathwatch going to be backing up towards his fort. Continuing to push forward for now. Gaslo's been split pushing up in the top lane for the moment. His ET camp is up, and it wouldn't be too bad to take this now, considering the boss is already way pushed past where this ET camp would be useful.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, you aim to get the easy camp on that first boss spawn. It helps you defend so easily. But this is the Hyperion, and the last time we saw this, it followed engage. The Metamorphosis coming in. Gravo Bomb being used is going to grab 2 members there. 3 get stunned up. The Maelstrom being used by Kerrigan. She gets the Divine Shield as well. Kimbad taking a lot of damage there. Ancestral being used onto the Illidan into the back line there. Taidu is going to be the next one to fall there. He can now heal all of his team up though. He is in ghost form. Tychus going down. That's Gazlo as it's now just Diablo left. The Draken Laser Drill doing so much damage. It's going to get the Kerrigan.
Turrets and laser, not enough. So much area damage. That was probably the best fight they've had. But the level advantage is just too much for Overlegends. They're able to win the fight in a 3-5 in their favour. They're going to head into the mines now with their last 2 remaining people and just split up and grab as many skulls as possible.
Yep, and this is one of the things Sylvanas is great at, clearing these camps down here. ETC doing the same, focusing on the larger camps here off to the side. As we have quite a sizable minion wave in this top lane that's going to be applying good amount of pressure. Gazlo may decide to go and continue pushing alongside that rather than going into the mines. That looks like exactly what he's going to do.
Yep, so for the person who was absolutely hating the entire concept of picking Reyna before this started, he's doing alright. He's only died once. He's got okay hero damage, more than most of the players on the other team. He's rolling pretty well, and if we just make sure that nothing is about to happen here...
Yep, there it is. The Shadow Charge going in here. It's going to be Reyna, the man you were speaking about, hasn't died too much. He now doubles his deaths. That's 2 for him. And we're going to see the side of ITG go and now take this boss. They have given up 70 skulls though, and Gazlo looks like he's about to fall in this top lane. Does throw a Gravo Bomb out, but it doesn't do too much.
Yep, didn't get down the quick release charge bomb, so unable to get the damage from that. Reyna does have 13k self-healing, which is the most in the game, so that's nice.
We are seeing the 16 talents now come out, and we're not seeing the vulnerables from Sylvanas. Instead, it's a double blood for blood. So much percentage health damage that could go down onto a Diablo, and the Illidan as well. Burst damage is always great against him. And of course the Benediction now coming out onto Uther, a talent we see a lot. Activate to reduce the mana cost of your next basic ability by 50, and its cooldown is also reduced by 10.
Yep, Tychus taking the Bullseye talent, so the first enemy hit by his penetrating round is stunned for a second and takes 50% more damage, so is that technically a vulnerable talent? They take 50% more damage for a second while being stunned,
yeah,
so
I guess also,
that's technically a vulnerable talent.
You did just make the same mistake as Overlegends. You called Reyna Tychus.
Oh, bugger, yes I did. Tychus on the other team anyway, it's fine. And they did just, we do see now, Invisible Threat Gaming have now hit their level 16, so they're going to grab some talents here.
Hyperion into stage dive. They're going to go onto Tychus here. Metamorphosis in towards the back line. Kerrigan trying to get onto the Tychus in the back line, but Deathwatch, is going to fall. Taidu taking a lot of damage as well. Now the Maelstrom is being popped. ETC on this run line. Gazlo at the back couldn't get his laser off. Kerrigan will fall, however. Diablo now goes down as well, but he will be reviving. Rhaegar using the Ancestral onto Tychus. Reyna is going to go down. Uther's going to be next. Rhaegar, can you get into him? Shadow Wolf form, not going to go for it. Instead, he's going to try and focus on the ETC. We do have the Grave Golem hammering onto this core, though, and that's going to be their focus here. A 3-for-2 exchange there in the favour of ITG, and I think that's their best trade so far.
It is. Well, it's the first positive trade we've had so far. That's what you get if you stand in Gazlo turrets during a fight. You get whittled down and picked off. Having a look at some of their 16 talents as well that helped seriously in that fight. Double blood for blood on Rhaegar and Illidan. Oh, Trollocs going on to the boss, just trying to burst it down as quick as possible. We have the Firestorm coming in from Diablo, just so the waves do extra damage. The extra grenade knockback from Tychus, which is interesting, but might be nice to get rid of Kerrigan before Divine Shield comes down. And the increased turret storage on the side of Gazlo.
We are blessed.
As we're now getting into that point at the mines where mind games could potentially come into it. Where do you think your opponent is? Are they going to push a lane? We saw Deathwatch there going to the mines.
Well done with the pun, by the way.
What?
Well done with the pun, by the way.
There was a pun in there?
Mind games.
Oh. Close. Yeah, I'll take it. It was unintentional, but yeah. I'll take it as we see a flank coming in here. It's going to be the stage dive to start things off here, separating the team somewhat. Grabber bomb being used. Taidu gets stunned up as it's going to be Tychus there looking to be the first one to fall. Ancestral not coming in here. Diablo is the next focus. He gets shrunken down. Kimbad going to be taking that Divine Shield. Taidu now the lowest member. They're going to dodge the stun. Haunting Wave being used to get closer here. And now the slow start coming in and stacking up onto this Gazlo. He will get taken down. Deathwatch.
To re-engage there. There's so many stuns, so many heals coming in from Rhaegar, but it's not enough. And Illidan just far too greedy there, as he has been in quite a few of these fights. And we're starting to see that stacking slow come in from White Widow. But we are going to see DeZero get out of there.
We are with 20 seconds now on death timers. We're going to see Overlegends grab this siege camp and then probably push this bot keep down. I mean, it would probably be the correct decision. They still have complete map control. There's no need to go into the mine straight away. They're winning these team fights. They get this keep or the tower, they're going to hit level 20. And this will just give them such a huge advantage.
Yeah, they have Sylvanas. They wouldn't have had any trouble pushing this down if they wanted to. But instead, they're going to turn around. Looks like they're going to head into the mines rather than finish this off. Thinking Siege Giants, though, are all going to go down. So at least they've denied them from invisible threat.
Yep, as the side of Overlegends, they're going to be splitting up into the mines, grabbing their camps and getting as many skulls as they can. And you've got to think that if they get 60 plus here, that Grave Golem will probably win the game with the slightest of help from the team.
Yeah, 60 plus will pretty much be enough to weigh on the core. Like, unless the entirety of Invisible Threat do just group up for defense, they may be able to do something there. However, Overlegends have got their level 20s. They're chasing after Terrorizer right now. Terrorizer getting his combo down, and he is now on the run, just throwing turrets in his wake as he does flee, and that is going to allow him... Oh, maybe not. White Widow coming in with the stealth. Wailing Arrow comes out, that drops him low. White Widow continuing to chase, but she has nothing to get her stack. No, she hasn't even got evasive fire, so she can't chase down anymore. In case any of you are wondering how she was stealthed, she did take the Shade Form talent at level 7, which makes her stealthed when she uses her Haunting Wave.
As we're now going to see White Widow push out this bot lane. 2 keeps her down. This Grave Golem going straight for the core now. There's no real need to take this Bruiser camp here, but I guess XP is XP and pressure is indeed pressure. A 68 skull Golem. We have Invisible Threat Gaming here on their own core, getting ready for the spawn here. But you've got to think now that Overlegends, they're going to take this one. They just need a favourable trade, or even just a prolonged fight, just to allow their Golem to do the work.
Gaslow is up. He's dropping a load of turrets onto this Golem.
Crack and drill.
And he's unfortunately dropped them into the stun range of the Golem, so they will be killed off so quickly. Hyperion coming in from Overlegends. It has that laser. In comes Illidid to try and slow this down. They haven't got their stun combo off, so they're not going to be able to do anything about this. And the Golem was wailing on it the whole time. That is GG. And Overlegends will move on to play against Na'Vi.
Yeah, as that's going to be a bit of a tough task there, up against one of the